Hello students, in the previous lecture we had discussed about average velocity and instantaneous velocity. We had also seen that by applying limit to average velocity we can be closer to instantaneous velocity, right? And finally instantaneous velocity was dx by dt, that is differentiation of x with respect to time, whereas average velocity was delta x by delta t. Of course, we had seen 2 to 3 formulas of differentiation, that is I'll just recall it. Differentiation of any constant term will be 0. Differentiation d by dx of x raised to n, this will be n times x raised to n minus 1, and differentiation of any constant multiplied by variable, then constant will be taken outside and then you have to differentiate this d by dx of x square, right, by using this formula. So these were the formulas which we have seen, and this is instantaneous velocity, this is average velocity. Whenever in the question 2 instants of time are given, that means you have been told to calculate average velocity, and if they say that calculate the velocity at any particular second, that means 5th second, calculate velocity at 3rd second, so that represents instantaneous velocity, right? So now in today's video we'll discuss 2 to 3 questions based on average and instantaneous velocity. Suppose position of the object as a function of time. Make it clear, this is not written as x into t, this is position as a function of time, x of t. Let us say x of t is given as t cube minus 3t square plus 4t minus 2, anything, you can take any number, there is no problem, right? So position of the object which depends on time is given according to this equation. Find velocity from 0 to 2 seconds and velocity at 1 second. This is the question, right? That means this is average velocity between 2 instants of time, this is instantaneous velocity. See how to calculate average velocity. What is the definition? V is delta x by delta t. Delta x means displacement, that is final position minus initial position by time taken. Okay, fine. Substituting 0 in time, this will give me the initial position. Clear? First I will find initial position by substituting 0 in place of time, then by placing 2 seconds, by placing 2 here, I will get the final position, and final minus initial by time. See, substitute 0 in this equation, this will be 0, 0, so initial position is minus 2. These are all zeros. Clear? Now how to obtain final position? Place 2. So this will be 2 cube minus 3, 2 square, 2 minus 2. So this will be 8 minus 4, 3 is 12 plus 8 minus 2. So this will be 16 minus 12, 4 minus 2, 2. So your final position is 2. Clear? Just by substituting t equals to 0, you will get the initial position. By substituting t equals to the other time 2 seconds, you will get the final position. So your average velocity will be final position minus initial position upon time. So what is the final position? 2. Minus what is the initial position? Minus 2. What is the time taken? 2 minus 0, so that is 2. Clear? So this will be 4 by 2 meter per second. This is how we will calculate average velocity. See, never differentiate in order to get average velocity. Clear? Now we have been also told to calculate instantaneous velocity at 1 second. Velocity at 1 second, that means it is instantaneous velocity. See how to get instantaneous velocity? Always go for differentiation in order to calculate instantaneous velocity. That means x of t is equals to t cube minus 3t square plus 4t minus 2. Right? We'll differentiate this. Velocity, instantaneous velocity is dx by dt. This is equals to d by dt of t cube minus d by dt of 3t square plus d by dt of 4t minus d by dt of 2. Right? Okay. So this can be further written as d by dt of t cube minus 3 is constant, can be taken outside, 3 d by dt of t square plus 4 is constant, can be taken outside, d by dt of t minus d by dt of 2. Now let us differentiate. See, this is x raised to n. So what will be the differentiation? N times x raised to n minus 1. 3 will come here, t raised to 3 minus 1, that is 2. This is again x raised to 2. So this will be 2 will come here, 3 2s are 6, t raised to 2 minus 1, 1 plus 4. The power is 1. 1 will come here, t raised to 1 minus 1, that is 0. And anything raised to 0 is 1. Anything raised to 0 is 1. And differentiation of constant is 0. So velocity is 3t square minus 6t plus 4. Done. Now substitute t equals to 1. So velocity will be 3 into 1 minus 6 into 1 plus 4. This will be minus 3 plus 4. So your answer is, so this is your answer. Clear? Clear, students? This is how we will calculate instantaneous velocity. That means whenever you have been told to calculate velocity between two instants of time, don't differentiate. Right? At a particular instant of time, if you have been told to calculate velocity, go for differentiation. Clear? Fine. We'll see one more question based on the same concept. See the next question. Say position as a function of time of a particle is given as, take any number, t square minus 3t plus 4. That means position of the object depends on the time according to this equation. Find velocity from 2 to 4 seconds and at t equals to 2 seconds. Right? So this is the average velocity between 2 to 4 seconds and this is instantaneous velocity at 2 seconds. Okay. Fine. So place t equals to 2 in this equation, you will get initial position. Place t equals to 4 in this equation, you will get final position. So x of 2, this will give me initial position. 2 square minus 3 into 2 plus 4. This will be 4 minus 6 plus 4. So this will be 2. So your initial position is 2. Clear? Place t equals to 4. So x of 4. 4 square minus 3 into 4 plus 4. This will be 16 minus 12 plus 4. Right? So the final position is 8. Okay. So average velocity will be final position minus initial position by time taken. Okay. So final position is 8, initial is 2, time is 4 to 2, 2 to 4, that means 2 seconds. So 6 by 2, 3 meter per second. This is your average velocity, right? See, I didn't do differentiation in order to get average velocity. You just have to place to time in order to get initial and final position, subtract it and you will get the average velocity. Now, how to get instantaneous? Okay, differentiation. See, this is your question, x of t, t square minus 3t plus 4. Okay, let us differentiate this. dx by dt equals to 2t t square. This is how we'll do the differentiation. D by dt of t square, d by dt of 3t plus d by dt of 4. Velocity equals to, use the formula x raised to n. It will be n times x raised to n minus 1. So that is 2 times t raised to 2 minus 1 minus 3 will come outside. D by dt of t is 1, constant 0. So velocity is 2t minus 3. Place t equals to 2 because in the question you have been told to calculate velocity at 2 seconds. So velocity will be 2 into 2 minus 3, 4 minus 3. So this is your instantaneous velocity. Clear? Clear, students? Fine. See. Clear? Let us solve one more question. Suppose say time t is equals to root x plus 3. This is given. Time t is equals to root x plus 3. Up till now, the questions which we had seen, in those questions x was on the left side and t was on the right side. Now in this question, t is equals to root x plus 3. Find the position of the object when velocity becomes 0. You have to find x when velocity becomes 0. That means you have been told to calculate position when velocity is 0. Okay, when velocity is 0, when, that means you need to calculate the time at which the velocity becomes 0. See, first change the format. That means we can write this as t minus 3 as root x, yes, or x equals to t minus 3 the whole square, right? Okay, so x equals to t square minus 6t plus 9, a minus b the whole square, that is a square minus 2ab plus b square. Okay, now the question says you have to find the position when velocity becomes 0. So first you are having x and you want velocity. So how to get velocity? Differentiate dx by dt equals to v. Differentiation of t square will be 2t. Clear? Directly. Minus 66 and differentiation of constant will be 0. So your velocity is 2t minus 6. But you want to calculate the value of x when velocity becomes 0. So substitute 0 in the velocity, 2t minus 6, 2t equals to 6, t equals to 3 seconds. Right? So at t equals to 3 seconds, velocity of the object is 0. Right? Place this value over here, you will get x. So x is equals to t minus 3 the whole square. Place t equals to 3. X is equals to 0. So the position of the particle is 0 when velocity becomes 0. Clear? Clear, students? So in this lecture, in this video, we discuss the questions based on average and instantaneous velocity. Now in the next lecture, we will discuss what is acceleration, average acceleration, instantaneous acceleration and graph of velocity time. Okay.